Mr. Derek and Mr. Mike. It's Ali and Elizabeth from Joanna Clark Primary School. We were just coming to say thank you again for doing this scary adventure. And be safe. Bye. Bye.
And I got a WhatsApp message from Derek Haynes, in which he says the following. I fell asleep while trying to write up the days and woke up to a blank sheet. Apologies for the tardy updates, but the long, exhausting days leave us bereft of energy. We just crash until waking up again at 5 a.m., prepping for a new day. The mountains are beautiful for sure, but unforgiving if you lose concentration. Most of the valleys were carved out in the last ice age, so our route takes us through glacial moraine. Everything from huge boulder fields to scree and open slabs have to be scrambled, whilst gravity in a 30-pound plus pack tries to bring you down. The boulders have to be treated with care. We call them ankle breakers, as a misplaced step can trap you or break your trekking baton. The scree is smaller rocks mixed with pebbles and sand and can easily slide you down. All has to be treated with extreme care. A slip means a direct ticket to the sticks and no one to pay the ferryman.
A third of the way up the picture you'll see a footbridge that we're crossing, and as you can see it's going to be quite a daunting day because we have to climb over the top of these mountains, not sure which point, and you can see that there's still snow on the high ground. So that's over for me and over from him. Still on Thursday the 9th. As you can see, Derek's making his way up, and over in the distance you can see the track, or it's actually a road that goes down to the refuge. Okay, so we're almost at the same elevation as the snow over there. Here's my fearless trekker coming up. It's 2:38, which means it's taken us 7 hours and 20 minutes to reach this point. Hello people. Oh, that was yes, that's an understatement. In the distance is the refuge from last night. You can see it is a sort of like a light line amongst the trees beyond the cliff face in front of us. As you can see, it's quite a long way away. I thought we were going to cross that saddle, as in that greenish area with the bare rock. I thought we were going to cross that. But lo and behold, we came up much higher, and we've still got a ways to go. It's definitely one of those days where you're saying, are we there yet? Way off in the distance is the ocean. I don't know if you can see that.
We are glad the weather has remained dry, as climbing wet slabs will be very difficult. Injuries thus far are 4 black toenails, which will fall off, a painful blister on my heel, grazes on both legs, grazed knuckles on my right hand that make me look like a prize fighter, a missing piece of skin on my left upper arm, and a bump on my forehead. Mike has grazes on both legs. Thursday was a dramatic climbing day with long drops alongside our route. So, a baton against the cliff wall and careful placement of hands and feet are necessary.
Well, at long last I can say we've reached the top. That little whatever thing there marks the top of the highest point of the trail we'll reach. That's where we're heading to next. And now we've just we're still alive. Yeah. And so far no lumps out of us today.
Interestingly enough, as we were coming up from below, Mike shouted, "Come on Derek, one last push." And instead of enjoyment, even though I see silhouettes of two people coming framed against the blue sky, I could only think of Passchendaele and Eames when they were doing the last push.
At the end of stage 4 on Thursday evening, our accommodation was Auberge du Vallon. I read somewhere that if you did not arrive by 7 p.m., you were in danger of missing out on the meal and tent. Anyway, at 6:50, we had a minimum of 45 minutes to go. Derek decided he wanted a break and water. Fearful of losing our spot, we decided I should head on. Not long after leaving Derek, I started to worry about it being the wrong decision. In an exhausted state, it could be easy to miss the red and white flashes, and we were on an eastern-facing slope, so light was fading. However, I carried on and arrived at Auberge du Vallon at 7:40 p.m. I apologized for being late and did the usual. I am with Corsica Adventures and booked under Derek Haynes. The refuge was full and people were already eating their set menu. While they were checking their register, I continued babbling in franglais. Still, s'il vous plaît, 2 tents? Our booking was for 1. I continued, mon ami, il... and to neither, but making the sounds, not saying in English. This brought chuckles from everyone in earshot, and the chief took pity on me and said, "Oui, results." I was then on the point of bribing someone into looking for Derek when he showed up. A beer and separate tents lifted our exhausted spirits after 12 and a half hours of being on the trail. If you want to be part of this adventure and support Mike and Derek on this trek, there's a number of ways that you can help. You can, first of all, subscribe to the Rotary Club of Grand Cayman's YouTube channel so that you receive further updates, and you can like the updates that appeal to you most. Remember, subscriptions and likes are contagious. The more we get, the more exposure these videos get, the more exposure this trip gets, and the more that helps Jubilate. You can also share these posts with anyone and everyone that you know on YouTube or Facebook or other social media. And finally, the most helpful thing you can do is to support Jubilate. All funds donated go straight to Jubilate 100%. The trip is funded entirely by Mike and Derek on their own, so all of the money that gets donated goes straight to Jubilate, and therefore it goes straight to the future leaders of the Cayman Islands, the children who are in the after-school program and who are benefiting from it so much. Thanks for tuning in. I'll send out another update as soon as I hear from Mike and Derek.